Good morning, and welcome to the Letting Go Living Free podcast. Today, our structure will be a little different than it normally is. I'd like to share with you the purpose God gave me for this space. Why I choose to talk about hurt, pain, bitterness, unforgiveness, and loss. I talk about these subjects on every podcast because they are real places where people live. Many of us walk around carrying silent wounds, hurt from betrayal, pain from abandonment, bitterness from broken promises, unforgiveness towards those who wronged us, and the deep ache of loss. These are not light topics, but they are everyday realities shaping how we think, feel, and live, and for some, how we do ministry. I choose to talk about them because ignoring them doesn't make them go away. Silence only allows wounds to fester. But when we bring them into the light, when we name them and confront them, healing can begin. My podcast isn't about staying stuck in pain. It's about showing that there is hope beyond hurt. I talk about these things because I know what it feels like to carry them. I've lived through seasons where bitterness tried to poison my joy, where unforgiveness weighed me down, and where loss made me question if life would ever feel whole again. I speak about these struggles so that no one feels alone in theirs. And most importantly, I talk about them because the gospel speaks to them. God has something to say about our pain. He offers comfort for our hurt, freedom from bitterness, strength to forgive, and restoration after loss. Every episode is my way of pointing listeners back to that truth. That even in the darkest places, God's light still shines and his healing is still available. So yes, I choose to talk about hurt, pain, bitterness, unforgiveness, and loss in every podcast. Not to glorify the struggle, but to magnify the God who heals. Each listener can expect in each episode is honesty and transparency. I'm not going to sugarcoat the hard parts of life. I'm going to address them head on. You'll receive practical tools. Each episode will give steps that can be applied in daily life. Ways to forgive, breaking cycles, releasing bitterness, etc. You're going to receive biblical truth. Scripture is always woven into the message to provide God's perspective. And I hope to leave you with encouragement. Because even when I'm talking about difficult topics, I always want to leave the listeners uplifted. The journey I desire for the listeners to go on is I'm not just offering episodes, I'm inviting listeners on a healing journey. Each podcast is like one stepping stone, addressing one piece of hurt, shining light on one root of bitterness, or offering one new way to walk in forgiveness. Over time, the episodes build on each other, helping the listener move from brokenness to breakthrough. As the listener, your role is to come with an open heart, ready to reflect, journal, or even pray along. It's okay if an episode stirs up emotion. It's part of God's healing process. So I invite you to share the content with someone who may be struggling. The ultimate goal of this podcast is to remind you that you are not alone in your struggles, to show you that God has a purpose for your pain, to help you trade bitterness for peace, unforgiveness for freedom, and loss for renewed hope. I will pray at the end of every episode because I don't want these to just be words you hear. I want you to experience God's presence for yourself. It's my way of covering you with hope, lifting your burdens before the Father, and reminding you that you are not alone in this journey. When I pray, I'm asking God to take what we've talked about and turn it into healing in your life. I pray because I believe that even if I never meet you face to face, God knows your name, your story, and your struggle. Prayer invites Him to do what I cannot. Bring peace to your heart, strength to your spirit, and freedom to your soul. So every episode ends with prayer because I don't just want to inform you, I want to intercede for you. I want you to know someone loves you and they don't want anything from you other than for you to be healed and whole. Come on, I'll walk with you.